This bill is ostensibly to fight extremism, which wouldn't be so objectionable if the people it empowered weren't so damn extreme. They're so extreme that they would chill speech at school board meetings by targeting parents as domestic terrorists. Obey, accept the mandates, accept the requirements, the CRT, or you'll be punished at the hands of your own government. They're so extreme they'd leak a Supreme Court draft opinion so that they could gaslight violence and intimidation against the court. Also that the law would abandon those unborn lives and beating hearts. They're so extreme they would weaponize the Department of Justice against a sitting president over an election that Hillary Clinton lost. It was the Russians, they told us, and we were extreme if we said it was them all along. Now we know it was. The last press secretary thought that COVID discussions on Facebook rooted in science were so extreme that Mark Zuckerberg had to deplatform these people, take them away from the digital world. This press secretary wrongly tweeted that Fox News is racist. I wonder if she thinks all of Fox's viewers are dangers to the American people. Are you a domestic extremist? This bill is about whether or not you want the Department of Homeland Security looking over your shoulder at the shows you watch, the websites you visit, some politically incorrect meme you liked, some joke you forwarded, and any bad association you might have had. If you're not a racist, maybe your neighbor is, and you weren't anti-racist enough to disallow it. These things aren't criminal, of course. They're bad politics at worst in most cases, which is exactly the point of this bill. They're trying to deploy criminal, even anti-terrorism authorities against what they deem as bad politics. How long until mainstream Christianity is deemed domestic extremism? You know, all the domestic extremisms, all the domestic extremists, they declare their pronouns. So if you don't declare your pronouns, maybe you're a domestic extremist too. Under this bill, how long until Facebook jail means a government file on you, a higher interest rate on your home loan, your spouse fired from their job? You know, at first I was a critic of the Disinformation Board, but it might go down as one of the most efficient government entities in all of history. It took only one action, and it actually shut down disinformation by pausing its own activities. The worst part of this bill is how it puts a target on the back of every one of our military service members. This bill will sic the FBI on our military, not to prevent or investigate crimes, but to prosecute thought crimes. The problem with our military is wokeness at the Pentagon, not white supremacy in our ranks. Even the much maligned Lloyd Austin admitted that 99% are doing the right thing. A recent DoD report showed that less than 100 people in the force of 2 million were problematic in any way. We seem so intent on a neo-Nazi witch hunt in our own battalions, while we freely send $40 billion, much of which will end up in the hands of the Azov battalion, without much inquiry. I am sincerely worried about domestic extremism, but from my vantage point, it's coming from America's political left. And you should really think about that. How domestic extremism is truly in the eye of the beholder. Perhaps the beholder of power. And power is about to change hands. Who will be the domestic extremists then? I yield back.
I've always said the bias in the media is revealed far more in what they don't report than what they actually do report.